The Chicago Bulls name has been in a lot of hot stove trades coming up before the trade deadline. Is one of these players that we talk about right now going to be a future Chicago Bull? We're going to talk about it. But you know you got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am Cognac Boy CDubb, holding it down on another daily episode of Shot Bulls podcast. If you like what you're listening to, make sure you hit that like button and punch that subscribe button. Let's get into the content. One of these players is going to be a Chicago Bull pretty freaking soon, bro. I mean, it's something got to happen. We hear stuff about Patrick Williams. We hear stuff about Io, Trey, man. They want Isaac Okoro. So let's go through some of these players that I think out of this group, one of these guys most likely will be a Chicago Bull. And let's start here. With Ja Morant. We all know how good Ja Morant is, bro. Ja Morant and Chicago Bulls have mutual interest. That's what Chris Haynes says. Well, that's what he tweeted. Memphis Grizzlies look like they want to turn the page on Ja Morant. Who can blame them, though? They've been through a lot with this kid. They had a lot of ups, and they went way down with Ja Morant, too. But that's not to deny. That's still, you can't deny the physical talents and gifts that Ja Morant possesses. The guy is still probably the most exciting transition player or fast break player in the NBA. Probably one of the top 5 athletic players in the NBA. He's never been a great shooter, but it doesn't matter. He's so great that being good as a shooter does not matter in today's NBA. How would that fit with Josh Giddey? You know, Ja Morant's the point guard, need the ball. Josh Giddey's the point guard, need the ball. We kind of ran a double point guard offense early in the season with Trey Jones and Josh Giddey. Kobe White was out. Would Ja Morant be an upgrade from Trey Jones? Hell yeah, it would be an upgrade from Trey Jones. A different type of player, but supremely more talented than Trey Jones. I'm not sure if it'll work. I'm not sure that it wouldn't work. But the fact is, the Chicago Bulls ran a double point guard offense in the beginning of the season. And Ja Morant will be a significant upgrade over Trey Jones. There are some red flags. We all know the red flags, bro. Ja Morant want to be a YN, bro. You want to be a YN. Y'all know the story. He got caught showing the blick in the club. Oh, you get caught. Okay, you learn your lesson. They don't bring the hammer on them. And as soon as you think you finna forget about it, he on Instagram brandishing the guns. That was about 2-3 years ago. But you think that is out of his system? I don't know. I would lean to maybe. I would say maybe, but I don't know. He want to be a YN. He a young boy fan. But all in all, you cannot deny the talents that Ja Morant possesses. He would be an upgrade over Trey Jones in a double point guard lineup if the Bulls wanted to do that. And he only 26 years old. So he fits the timeline. Y'all let me know what y'all feel in the comments. Is Ja Morant gonna be a Chicago Bull, bro? On to the next one. Jonathan Kuminga, bro. Jonathan Kuminga and the Chicago Bulls have been flirting for like over a year now. Everybody knows Jonathan Kuminga's gifts and talents. He's athletic as hell, explosive. One of the most explosive players in the NBA. He can get hot. He can get on the heater. Y'all seen him in the playoffs last year when the Golden State Warriors had a lot of injuries. He had to play in the playoffs, and he put up numbers. I think he averaged like 25 or something like that, being the go-to man. Does he fit with the Bulls? Well, of course he does. Well, obviously, you want to put him at the shooting guard position, so you would trade Kobe White. So that means you have a lineup of Josh Giddey, Jonathan Kuminga, Montes Buzelis, whoever you want to run at the four, Jalen Smith, Patrick Williams, whatever you want to do, and whoever you trade for with Nick Vooch. You can see why the Bulls are really drooling to have this guy on the Chicago Bulls team. Fits with their plan. They like these long, lanky, athletic guys that can run up and down the court. That's Jonathan Kuminga. He ain't that good on defense, but with his athleticism, he definitely can grow into that defender. And he's 23 years old. 23. The Bulls really, really, really like Jonathan Kuminga. And if I had my choice out of all these players that we talk about today, Jonathan Kuminga will be my guess that will be a Chicago Bull before February hits. That would be my guess. Been too much flirting, bro. Steve Kerr won't even play this guy, bro. He played 18 games. He missed almost half the games played. He ain't injured. So y'all let me know in the comments. Is Jonathan Kuminga going to be a Chicago Bull? It's crazy work. Crazy work. Who up next? Michael Porter Jr. A lot of tweets. A lot of bombs about the Bulls showing interest in MPJ in Brooklyn, looking for draft assets to acquire MPJ. He's performing too well for the Brooklyn Nets. They don't want to win games. He can score the basketball, bro. He's proven that in multiple ways. He's a 3-level scorer. 27 years old, NBA champion, Michael Porter Jr. If you're a real basketball enthusiast, you knew what he can do already, even while he was in Denver. You watched him I think he went to Mount Verde. He's more than a corner boy. And he's proven that. Well, he is proving that. He's actively doing it right now, that he's more than a corner boy. He can get you 25 to 30 points per game. Now that's on a bad team, on a team that's trying to lose. Now let's go to a team that's really trying to win games. You get you 18 to 20 points per game in the type of system that we run. 18 to 20 points is really good. Everybody touches the ball in this system. I don't think you're going to ever get a 25 to 30 point per game player in this Chicago Bulls system. It's constantly 7 to 8 players in double figures each game with the Chicago Bulls. You can see the mix with him and Montes Buzelis in the front court. A lot of athleticism. He brings shooting to the Chicago Bulls. That championship experience, though. That's one of the great things that he'll bring over here to the Chicago Bulls. We need this type of mentality. I know he wasn't a leading cog in that championship runs, but he experienced that. And he could feed that down the ranks of the Chicago Bulls and the youth that we got on this team. I like Michael Porter Jr., bro. For the right price, I wouldn't be mad at you. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Who up next? AD? How did I put this in here? This is a no-go. We ain't doing this. AD acquired to be dumb, idiotic, irresponsible, diabolical, unhinged, fireable, inane, insane, stupid, ignorant, and goofy as hell. I should never even brought this up. We ain't getting no damn AD. That'll be foolish. He hurt again. He out for the season again. Who up next? Zion Williamson. Shout out Pat the Designer. Zion Williamson. Gonna add star power immediately. Two-time All-Star, I think. 26 years old. You know the gifts. Power and athleticism. And touch around the rim. Touch, power, and athleticism. That's Zion. He's a face already in this league. He's an all-star threat as soon as he steps on the Bulls team. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay fit? Zion has played 27 games this year. That's pretty damn good. Played 30 games last year. Played 70 games the year prior to that. 29 the year prior to that. 61 the year prior to that. So it's going up and down with Zion Williamson and his availability. But eventually the pattern got to break, right? Eventually he got to give us at least 3 to 4 years of playing, 70 games? I think Zion Williamson can be a new guy in Chicago. Sometimes you need a change of scenery. You're out there in Louisiana, crawfish and gumbo everywhere. It ain't going to get any better over here in Chicago. We got the best food in the world. Definitely the best food in the United States. And the ladies, that's his Achilles heel. Ladies and food. He need guidance. Because anything on a basketball court, if he healthy on the basketball court, he is a threat. Inside 6 feet, nobody's stopping him. I don't care who you are. I seen him go up on Wimbiana like Wimbiana wasn't standing there 8 feet tall. He went up on him like he wasn't standing there, and he's 8 feet tall. Never been much of a shooter, but that don't matter. I know it kind of takes away what type of players we want here. You got to be a shooter playing for Chicago Bulls. Everybody on the roster shoots threes. Zion that ain't never been him, but I think he makes up for that with his dominance in the paint. Yeah, dominant. He's dominant, bro. Zion Williamson it's a sketchy decision. Kind of a little bit like AD. And if you look at the history, it's 1 year he's on, the next year he's off as far as health and fitness. It's a risk. Is AK and Mark Eversley ready to take a risk? Certain situation calls for risk. And our situation is that we're stuck in mediocrity. Something brash and full of something brash and narcissistic decision has to happen right now, bro. You have to be bold. Swing for the fences. Roll a fucking dice. Zion Williamson, a Chicago Bull. Can you guys see this in the future? Y'all let me know in the comments. Well, the trading deadline is fast approaching, bro. It's fast approaching. And the Chicago Bulls, as you see it today, will not look the same to me before the trade deadline ends. Let's just see which guy it will be. It probably be somebody else, not one of these five guys. It might be somebody else. There's other names out there. Naron Payne from the Brooklyn Nets. Other guys. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all got some other guys or which one of these guys that y'all think will be a Chicago Bull by the end of January. This has been a video by Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am CDubb. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to see y'all on the next one for sure. Peace out, y'all.
Cognac. Gang.